Hi everyone. I'm going to show you how I made this composer dolls. And first of all, I'm going to start with Mozart. But I ran out of Mozart dolls. So this one is the so-called Black Mozart, St. Joseph Bologne. And the only difference is just the skin color. What you would need is the skin color yarn and the red one for the jacket. And you can make the pants with red yarn too, or any other color. White yarn and kind of yellow or gold yarn, and the black yarn for the pants, the shoes. And you would need, I got this from the Dollar Tree store, but you can get them from Michael's. And I use a 3.0 millimeter hook. And you would also need to have the eyes, and you can order them on Amazon. They come like in hundreds. Or if you like to make your own eyes by sewing the black thread, but it probably wouldn't look as pretty. Okay, so the stitch that you would need throughout the project is the single crochet. If you don't know how to make single crochet, just find a video on YouTube, and you would learn it and just get a hang of it. And here we are. Okay, so this part, the first part of the series, is to show you to make the head, and then we go from the body, and then the legs, and then we make the jacket. So let's start with the head. I usually start my project with 3 chains, but some would use a magic circle, but I just prefer 3 chains, and then you connect them into like a circle. So it works the same as a magic circle. And then the first round, you would have 6 single crochet, and then slip stitch. That means just to connect, like bind them. Okay, so I'm sorry, I won't be able to fast forward. How about this? I'll tell you each row of the stitches, and then I'll come back with a product. So you have first round 6, and then the second round you double each stitch, so you would have 12 stitches. And then you get the third round, you double every other stitch, which would make 18 rounds. So you go from 6, 12, 18, and then you repeat 18 rounds for maybe 3 times until you get to here, like the widest part of your head or face, and then you repeat 2 or 3 rounds up, depending on how round you want your doll's face to be. If you want your doll's face to be rounder, then you repeat fewer rounds. If you want it to be longer, when I make Chopin, I want him to look more thin, so it's the ratio. So if it is longer, he will look thinner. Okay, and then you just go the opposite way. Then you decrease by every other stitch. So you go from 18 to 12, and then you bind it up with 6 and 3, and then you have the head. Okay, see you in next video.